Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, and there's them here. This is Boom Boom, aka World Boom, the Billboard selector, and I represent for Ryan LFC. To get the latest Reggae Boyz content, just hit that like and subscribe button. And the Operation Ball Game, I say it, knock it, Ryan.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you're watching back the video and the replay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share your thought down in the comment section. We're going to go and give you guys our CONCACAF quarterfinal for the CONCACAF, I should say. All right. Gold Cup, people. Gold Cup. Kicking off Saturday and Sunday. 8 strong team. You never know what's going to happen. All of us have our prediction, but the ball is rolling. Anything can happen. Any team can beat any team on the day. So we're going to run through our prediction. I want you guys to call in. Tell me what you guys think, the matchup and everything. I would really appreciate all of you guys. Come and join the show. All right. Detonation, big up yourself. Ryan Henderson, people. A lot of people asking for Ryan Henderson, but Ryan Henderson is running from the show, right? Canada is not doing good, and Ryan is running from the show, right? Big time. He have a lot of talk and not defending talk, right? He's running from the show. But hopefully we can get him before the night finish, people. All right. Make sure you guys mash up the like button. All right. We're going to give you guys our prediction. So, people, if you're new, make sure you hit that like button. All right. So we're going to get into it and think. So we're going to bring on Ryan Henderson. He's not running, people. He's not running. The man that saying Canada is the new thing on the block. But I want to tell Ryan Henderson this, that Jamaica is the new fresh kid on the block who run CONCACAF right now. You get me? I say, I'm just trolling, people. I'm just trolling. Just to tell Ryan Henderson that he meet him match United States and he going to go home. Right? United States versus Canada. That's going to be a very good matchup. Jamaica versus Guatemala. That's going to be a very, very tricky one. United States. Oh, my bad. Mexico versus Joel Cambian and friend them. Costa Rica. Panama versus Qatar. Remember, Qatar cannot win this tournament. Just let it sink in. But, people, I want you guys to smash the like button, people. See? Smash the like button. But we're going to get into it. People, me nah lie still. As a Jamaican fans, me feel good. But at the same time, a little bit fearful. Right? I'm feeling good, but at the same time, I don't want to go too overconfident with this Jamaican team. Anything can happen. Right? But Jamaica have the quality to get the better of this Guatemala team. Right? But time will tell, my beautiful people. Time will tell. Big up to all of the people them. Spence, big up yourself, brother. Enough love and respect. Brown Man Security, big up yourself. Send the link here. Okay, Ryan. Come from underneath your bed, Ryan. I send it to you and I send the wrong link. My apology, people. My apology. But people, how are you guys doing? Talk to me, people. Tell me. How are you guys doing? It's early time now in Jamaica. And we want to go through this, people, all right? So first and foremost, people, we're going to drop the link. Pin the link. And think. So check it, Ryan. People, like up the video, people. Like up the video. Like up the video, people. Like up the video. Jamaica all the way. People, I want to be honest with you guys. I want to be honest with you guys. So, first and foremost, people, we're going to talk about the CONCACAF group stage 11. People, me telling you it's true, people. Me not happy with that. Me don't know about Uno, but Jamaica should at least have 3 players in that, people. Honestly, me not go around the thing, people. The best 11 for the group stage, I strongly believe that Lambert could be one of the players that made the 11. Right? And I think Damian Lowe could be one of the players that made the 11. Them 3 players there for me. Lambert, Damian Lowe, them 2 players there. Great Donald already slot him spot. Bailey for me, no chance. Alright? No chance. But them 3 players there on the Jamaican team. I don't know about Uno, but let's see. Let's get into the show, people. Let's get into the show. We're going to talk about the lever. So,
there we go.
Good evening, Virgin.
How we doing?
I'm doing
running. I've just been busy.
I'm doing good, but I don't know, bro. Like, Canada has been in the dark room, and this is the first time for the last 18 months or the last 2 years. Canada have been doing good, but I realized that you're underneath the bed, Ryan. So come like if we get the broomstick for lick you from underneath the bed and think, what really going on with the Canadian men's national team? What is going on off the pitch?
Well, of course, the CSA is going bankrupt. They've said that they're running out of money. It's hard for them to set up friendlies as well after this Gold Cup is over. So the next time the women or men could play is when the women play Jamaica after their World Cup in that Olympic playoff. And then, of course, the men will probably play that 2-legged quarterfinal tie to get into Copa America. There's not really any news about friendlies. The federation is getting cash strapped. Then the team, it's a B team. A lot of the big players are looking for moves and going to preseason in this Gold Cup. John Herdman is starting to lose his touch a little bit, I think. I think he's sort of lost what made this team great, is that now that they have expectations, you can't just go and throw out a different formation every game and then do whatever's needed to do. They're going to be harder on you. And once Canada is a known quantity, just like that U.S. game in the final of the Nations League, it's basically you have to play a team at that level. You have to play the team at the level that you're at instead of just surprising them or shocking them or throwing a false 9 out there or going with a back 3 instead of a back 4. The tactical flexibility was good when Canada was shocking people. Now that Canada is a known quantity, the tactical flexibility just doesn't work. You have to pick a system and build off that system. Now, Stockio's a wonderful player. Davies is a wonderful player. When they played, yeah, they had a chance. But again, you have to build and say, hey, this is the way we're going to play now. We know we can at least step to these teams playing this way. But I think John Herdman has probably taken this team as far as he can. Like, he's still a good motivator, but I don't think he's that guy. Like, he built Canada.
Ryan?
Yeah, but I don't think I think they could have easily done this with Zambrano when Zambrano got railroaded. So let's be honest. I don't know if John Herdman's that guy anymore.
Ryan, are you speaking about your national head coach like this? Why you laugh? I don't understand you, brother. What make you think John Herdman not the man for the Canadian national team? Listen, brother. You play against the United States in the semi-final and you lost. That's the only thing where you could have said, no, bro, this news to me, but explain to me.
But they also drew Guadeloupe at home and then drew Guatemala. And that was more of an away sort of vibe. But they drew Guadeloupe at Toronto, at BMO Field. And I know it's a B team, but John Herdman's been great at motivating these players, tactically beating these teams. You should be tactically beating Guadeloupe. I know they have players in Ligue 1, League 2. They've got some good players. Guadeloupe is no joke. But Canada, even with a B team, and John Herdman being this great manager, should have beaten Guadeloupe pretty respectfully, 3-1. It should have never been 2-2. Tactically, I think Guadeloupe overran Canada at times in that first match. Then Guatemala, we don't really have any forward play, so I think that's why that Guatemala match ended up as a draw. I think defensively they were fine. Then they did enough against Cuba to push through. But that U.S. loss and that Guadeloupe draw just left a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest.
Show a curtain the boss. Spin your phone like this. Set it like this. All right, Ryan. Ryan, honestly, me really shocked the way you talk about this coach, because I believe that he's a very good coach. Yes, you say he's a very good motivator. Probably the team get used to him now. But one of the things that kind of bust my brain right now, why you go for Gary Neville, brother, to be at the coaching staff?
Oh yeah, that was dumb. Phil Neville is not a good coach. He was horrible at Miami. He got carried by Pozuelo and Higuain for half a season. And then as soon as they leave, Miami sucked. Like, why is Phil Neville the assistant coach? And yes, he was good with the England women's national team, but that's a different side of the sport. So just because you're good with Miami, because you have two really good players for half a season, his whole record wasn't that great. And then the half of the season they had here was just absolutely horrible. And I'm sure Messi wanted Tata anyway, so they probably took any reason to fire Phil Neville, Miami. So the assistant coaches, and then Biello's always been a horrible coach. I've never liked Mauro Biello. I don't know why he's an assistant, but at least he's Canadian. At least he's had a history in the game, and he's just an assistant. But Phil Neville, I don't even know if he has a connection to Herdman. I think he just got a job.
So, but you guys went to the World Cup, right? Yeah. Why you guys chop for cash? You guys haven't getting a lot of sponsors and stuff. Why Canada having...
The CSA's always been strapped for cash. It's always been crony capitalism, goon stuff, and they're wasting money on this Canadian soccer business CPL deal, funneling money to that side, and losing money probably because they didn't really commercially hit with the World Cup. They didn't build off the World Cup commercially. The playing side they have, but when it comes to the commercial side of things, they haven't built. There ain't many big media commercial investments through this Canadian Soccer Association. One Soccer's probably a sink. The CFB deal ain't great. And they still haven't got a CBA done with the players. So again, maybe that's because they are cash strapped, but they've always been cheap. I'm sort of surprised about the cash strap thing too, but I can see why. It's probably commercially they didn't really build on the World Cup commercially. And there are fans of the team, but they've sort of definitely jerked fans around with a one soccer thing and then putting most games in Toronto, which I think there should be games around the country now. I know Gold Cup only had one game in Canada, but still, I think the CSA, they've sort of bungled everything on the commercial and boardroom side of things. But that's not surprising.
Show a curtain the boss. Eat and come back, no man. Eat and come back, no man. You're on big plug. Eat and come back, man. Eat and come back. I'm going to rest in the back room for a little bit. Eat and come back, man. Yeah. So, Ryan. All right. Now, before we get into our football thing and thing, all right, it kind of surprised me when you talk about the coach still. Because the coach that I highly respect, I think he's one of the best in the region right now. But every good thing come to an end.
Exactly.
So you really want to get rid of him?
It's not that I want to get rid of him. I want to give Herdman a chance. I want him to rebound this. But it's just again, the U.S. final gives me a bad taste in my mouth. The Guadeloupe game. And they're starting to build up. I think Canada from the Gold Cup squad, they're starting to build something. Maybe this is a little bit too harsh and a little bit too reactionary. Maybe it is. And I'll admit that.
I feel it beat me, I know. I might time know, I might time know over there.
I mean,
just, cause remember World Cup. Oh, you're the best, you're the this, you're the that. You throw me, I tell you, football can swing. A Jamaica I know to arrive,
It's a little bit of a wild swing. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Right.
This is more like 2019. And when you bring a B team to the Gold Cup, it's like you bottled a Nations League. You have a chance to win another trophy. And then now it's just, it looks like it's all up in smoke. It doesn't feel good. And it's probably more things than just one. So I'd like to see Herdman build something out of this. And I'd like to see Herdman either shockingly rally the troops and somehow win this trophy or get damn close and then get to that Copa America in a resounding way. I believe in him. I still do. Overall, he's had a pretty good history as Canada head coach. We probably can't do better at this point. Ancelotti's going to Brazil. If we're being honest, I mean, we really can't do better.
Listen, trust the process, Virgin. The coach bring you top, go to the World Cup. I think he did well. Unfortunately, Canada didn't come out of that group, but they play 3 good games. The progress is there. Canada find themselves that Jamaica always find themselves where their best player, they are trying to stay at the club, making move and all of them things. So I want you to trust the process.
I will. I think in this point, by the end of the tournament, I will be trusting the process. I just hope there's a good fight on Sunday.
Well, coming true, because really, your B team not that potent up front.
Oh, no. They don't have really any offense now.
What is the player pool coming true with Canada? Because 2026, you have to take your time, bring in younger players to embrace with all of the star player. What's the player pool for Canada coming true?
I think our best players on the B team are defenders and midfielders. That's the bad part. Our forwards are really just Buchanan, David, and Laren. And then maybe Hoylett. But Hoylett's going to be on his way out at some point. Maybe he'll make it to 26. But most of our younger, better players are in the midfield. Again, Moise Bombito can play defense or midfield. I think Moise Bombito has been an amazing player at this Gold Cup. There have been pluses. Moise Bombito is one of them. Zach McGraw of the Portland Timbers playing center back. He's not that young, but he definitely can replace Steven Vittoria. I think Zach is an amazing defender. I think Ali Ahmed from the Whitecaps as well. Another outside back, good player. But the problem is with most of the young players, it's midfield and defense. And they either more outside backs or 8s. They don't really have that offensive touch. Now, if they could connect together with the better players that will be there at 26, like a David or Buchanan or Davies, that would be great. But you don't see that here. Now, Richie Larea, of course, as well, is one of the best players on the team, but he's one of the bigger players who chose to play. And Richie looks as good as he always does. Simple. Jaden Nelson, he played well against Cuba. Jaden Nelson has a chance. I think Kobe Franklin on TFC, they should have called him up. They didn't. But I think he has something. But again, another outside back. With that being said, again, that forward line is just, there's not enough prospects on the forward line. Charles Andreas Brim, I think we know he's a trash player. I don't know why they keep giving him chances. I've never thought he was that good. Jason Russell Rowe might be our best forward prospect, but again, he's not getting really any shot at this Gold Cup. Like, he's got a couple of minutes in 2 games, but he's not getting started. Like, if you're going to let this go up in smoke and just fight against the U.S., I would rather see Jason Russell Rowe start over Cavallini, personally.
All right, we'll get to that. People, if you're watching, and haven't hit the like button, stop what you're doing right now. People, it's very important to hit the like button. The more you like the video, and the more the video can reach to more people, and more people can view it. All right? Now, Ryan, I know you, man. I know you know CONCACAF very well, right? Best at it. Talk to me. What are your thoughts on the Gold Cup overall?
I think it's been a sort of crazy tournament. Even though teams like Haiti and Guadeloupe didn't go through, the Gold Cup's had a lot of wild results this tournament. This tournament seems like it's been very open, even against the big teams. Yes, Jamaica and US seem like they're the favorites, but this tournament seems very open. Like anybody could win. And you've never really had that look of a Gold Cup ever, really.
Is it a good thing or it's a bad thing?
Well, I'm sure it's an open tournament because most of the big teams, Mexico, US, Canada, brought a B team, but it's a good thing that these lower level sides are building up into being able to challenge these teams. So it's a good thing overall. Is the reason why a good thing? Not exactly, but the overall look of the fact that most of these teams can fight, like a Martinique beating El Salvador, or Guadeloupe almost getting out of the group, Guatemala topping over Canada, it's a good thing because it shows that these teams are building something. It shows that these teams have projects that can get them into 2026. Because let's remember, there are 3 spots fully and 2 playoff spots that teams that normally don't go to the World Cup can earn to get to the World Cup in 2026. So this shows teams like Guatemala, Trinidad, Jamaica, even though they're the best team in this tournament, they have the best roster. And again, Guadeloupe, they all have plans. They all have projects that look like they're moving forward. And St. Kitts as well. I don't think St. Kitts did well in the tournament proper, but St. Kitts looked amazing in the prelims. And there was a little bit of hype around that. If St. Kitts could build off what they did in the prelims, that would be great for them. But there's a lot of all the teams that you think were dead rubber teams for the big teams aren't anymore, at least when it comes to the B sides. Of course, when you play your best team, they probably still are, but they're still going to give a fight. And that's the good thing about the Nations League and the Gold Cup being so open, I think.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's a good thing. Just to give you my answer, I think it's a very, very good thing. As I said, everybody wants to go to the 2026 World Cup. 3 spot, extra spot, right? So everybody trying to sort out them outs. But it's not everybody will be in the World Cup.
Yes.
So the preparation start for all of these countries. Jamaica have to get it right. That's for sure. Trinidad, they want to get in, right? But it's a good thing. But Ryan, let's talk about Qatar versus Panama. That's the first game we're going to give our prediction. What are your assessment on these 2 teams?
I think Panama's been amazing this whole year. Since the turn of the year, Panama's played some wonderful football under Christensen. They brought their basically the same team from the Nations League. Panama brought basically the same team from the Nations League. They played well throughout this tournament. They got 2 wins in the group. They drew against El Salvador on the last match day, but they were already through. They were at top of the group. Panama with Carrasquilla, they've got a good midfielder. They got Fajardo, who's playing well. I think Mosquera's a wonderful goalkeeper. I think Panama should have won that 3rd place match at the Nations League. I think they got a little bit hosed there. But Panama is in the top 4 of teams that I wouldn't be surprised if Panama made a run either. Qatar, they did beat Mexico, but that was Carlos Queiroz really pushing back and just sitting back, and they got the goal, and Araujo sort of gave away that header. Memo didn't really save it. Qatar, besides that, and that 1-0 or 1-1 draw against Honduras, but almost a 1-0 win, Qatar shows they could do just enough if they want to go through. But I think Panama and Christensen, tactically, this will be a chess match between Christensen and Queiroz. And I think Christensen has something up his sleeve over what Queiroz has. I think Panama has the way more active team. They push forward. They play good football. They defend well. They work at every side of the game. Every phase of the game, Panama is good at, and I think they're better at than Qatar. So I believe Panama will win this match 2-1.
Okay. I think Panama. I like Panama. I like the way Panama play the ball on the ground. I like the way they pass. I like the way they move. I like the way they run off the ball. It's a physical team. It's a dangerous team. And I think Panama is continuing to build on last World Cup. Last World Cup, they didn't have the depth to go to that next level, but they are still quality team. They just need that extra cutting edge there up top to be one of the dominant team, especially when they're playing at home. Is a difficult team to beat. I think they're going to be a dangerous threat for the next World Cup qualifier coming up. But I will pick Panama to make it to the semi-final. I think they will. And I'm going to predict Panama to win by 1-0. It's going to be a very close game. It's going to be tight. So I'm predicting Panama to win. Qatar sending a B team. They are the guests. They are not in my region. So I don't want them to beat Panama. Right? I want the competition to be strong in CONCACAF. So I want to get rid of Qatar out of it. But Shower Curtain, good evening. Welcome to the show, man. Shower Curtain, what do you think about Panama and Qatar? What are your predictions for this game? You're mute.
I think you hear me?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you know, we've been talking about all of the teams, but I think we're overlooking Panama. I think Panama has brought the strongest team in the competition so far. That's their team that they have been together. In terms of them being together, in terms of them A team, I think they brought their full squad. So they have that chemistry over all the teams that's there in the competition so far. You can see it in how they play. I don't see Qatar beating them. To be fair, I don't think Qatar is playing that type of football to beat them. I mean, they know where the players are. They are playing like them. They not have to think or guess and spell where their players are. So I think it's Panama. I would say 3-1 for me.
It's a 3-1. Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough. All right, let's move on to the next game, people. Because we are doing it quick and fast. We're not all the viewers them. All right, so we're going to talk about Mexico versus Costa Rica. The reason why I want to speak about this Mexico team, right? I think coming into this tournament, I must say, I said, and I'm going to repeat what I said. It no matter any part of the tournament, once me face Mexico, I'm going to beat them. But I have a change of thought on that. Watching the Mexican team play, right? I know they haven't played against a strong opponents to test them, but I think they're a tournament team, and I never forgot that. I always say they're a tournament team, and when the game starts, you're going to see something different from them. But I still going to watch them. I think they're going to get the better of this Costa Rica team. I'm going to predict Mexico to win 2-1, but you're going to see a real test between the Jamaica. But we'll get into that. But for me, Mexico will beat Costa Rica. I think Costa Rica, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of them. I think they're still in the rebuilding process. But what are your thoughts on the Mexican team?
For me, I think Mexico, in their first 2 matches in the group, they looked wonderful under Jimmy Lozano. Against Qatar, I think they got a bit stymied. They did rotate a bit since they already had won the group. And Carlos Queiroz sort of housed them out of a win, and they sort of threw it away themselves. With that being said, I think Mexico, they're getting more like their older self. The way I see Mexico play in this tournament, I'm not saying they're dominant, but they remind me of an older Mexican squad of around the time of Juan Carlos Osorio in the early Tata days. Yes, there's still holes and there's still cracks, but Jimmy Lozano is papering over them very well. They look like they're running through a wall for Jimmy. And Costa Rica is not going to expect what they're going to get, because Costa Rica as well, Costa Rica hasn't even tried to start rebuilding yet. They're still holding on to all their old guns. trying to get one last run out of it. And they did that at the World Cup, and they had a pretty okay World Cup for their sake, and in that group. But they're keeping on with Borges, with Campbell, and all their older players. Navas would have been there had he not gotten hurt. And Chamorro's probably one of their best players on that squad right now, their backup keeper on the squad they brought. For me personally, Costa Rica has not shown me anything that makes me think Costa Rica will get back to their old challenger selves throughout this tournament. I just don't see it. I think they are behind the 8 ball. They're not even starting to rebuild. They really don't have any youth besides Contreras and Bennett that really wow me. So where they are is they have to really stick with these old guys, even though they shouldn't. They kind of have to, because Bennett and Contreras are far enough along, and Suarez as well, Aaron Suarez. But they're in a position where they're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. And that's why I think Mexico, the way they're playing, they're definitely going to take Costa Rica and run them roughshod. I say 3-1 Mexico.
Well, before we go to short curtain, boss, Costa Rica always qualify for your tournament. What is going on with the conveyor belt over there in Costa Rica, Ryan?
I think personally, again, they're sticking with their old players. But again, even with their younger players are more domestically great. Like, I've seen some good players during the Central American Cup and the Costa Rican League. But again, Bennett made a move to Europe. Contreras can move to Europe, and I wouldn't be completely shocked. Contreras has probably been one of their best players at this tournament as well when you look at Costa Rica. But again, a lot of their young talent, they're not either trusted, they haven't really gotten a shot with the national team, or you could just tell that, oh, they may be good for Alajuelense or a Saprissa, or they may be good for those teams in a Central American Cup, CONCACAF League type of venue. But a Gold Cup venue, you could just tell, for a national team, it's questionable. It's definitely questionable. I've seen a lot more talent out of a Guatemalan side. I've seen more talent out of Honduras. When I watch these Central American clubs and countries play, I've seen a lot more out of a Honduras, out of Guatemala, out of El Salvador than I have Costa Rica. Because I do try to scout the talent, so to speak. Like, I do, when I'm watching, I'm scouting these players as well. Just because I'm like, hey, this player would be great in MLS or some form of statement. But again, Costa Rica, with the youth players besides Bennett and Contreras who are already there, again, they either deserve to get chances for the national team in smaller doses, or they just aren't there. I don't think they're there. So again, even though you could rebuild and you should rebuild, rebuilding might hurt Costa Rica more than just pushing on.
Okay, fair enough. What said you, short curtain? You see an upset in this one?
Watching Costa Rica. I mean, as Anders say, I think they are still relying on the old guys to try to do the work. See me? But I think with Mexico, with Mexico's never say die spirit, and the youthful exuberance in them team right now, and the way them are play, I doubt the old legs of Costa Rica are gonna really keep up with them, especially if they decide to spread the field. I think Mexico have that spirit. I think Mexico has that spirit. But yeah, so I think Mexico have this spirit where even if they are using a B team, they have this spirit of always wanting to win, and I think that's exactly why the coaches who are not giving the results that they are looking for is being sacked. So
hey, a serious thing, the man are talking, a big man thing, brother. Boy, me I tell you, say, yo, that team, yeah, brother. It's the way the man them finish, brother. At one point in time, Jamaica have more points than the man them had a World Cup qualifying, brother. And the man them go up on a piece and run there and end up nearly come out of even the group, you know.
I think the
Just let-
experience start show, man. I think that the experience start to show in another qualifiers there. So I think Mexico will win this one. You see in this round now, I don't think it's going to be any big score like persons are predicting. I think it's going to be like a 2-1 or maybe a 3-1, but I don't think it's going to be any big scores in this round. I think every team going into this round is thinking about they have a chance to qualify for the next round. So I don't think it's going to be any line down for any team right now to just lay down and make nobody roll over them. But I think with Mexico, with the quality that I'm seeing Mexico having and the youthful exuberance, the youngness and the spirited performances that they have been putting in, I doubt Costa Rica will keep up with it. And though it's going to be a close game, I think Mexico will win this.
Hey, people, I'm telling you the truth, honestly. One surprise that will come out of this quarterfinal, One surprise. A team, I go surprise a team out of the quarter. One of the big team them, I go get a surprise. What say? Only the seat that way there. Me I tell you now which team I go get a surprise in this Gold Cup. But me I tell you say, one of them big team I go home. Ryan, what long
I guess it's got to be Canada because I don't think you're going to say Guatemala's going to beat Jamaica.
Hey, people, Tennessee, Ryan, start how long you made? yo,
No,
but
I was like, so you're saying you think Canada might just beat the U.S.?
no,
But I
but
know you're not saying Jamaica's they're losing to Guatemala.
yo, one upset I go on in this, brother. But Ryan, I feel like you about early, because I see how long it.
I don't think I've ever got you to laugh like that.
Hold on.
That is a first.
No, Ryan, I ask a question. Because me and your coach talk up. I say, him would I love, right? Him would I love for play United States. Him get United States. Canada.
Oh, yeah, he said that. He did another we're going to F Croatia moment with we want to play the U.S. And I'm like, did you not learn the last time? Did you not learn the last time? With the F Croatia thing, did you not learn?
Hey, Ryan, I tell you, say, yo, brother, every time you see you, them say, yo, look at next door neighbor, you go like say them a big team. Oh, no, count them up in the head. See you look at Canada, that's what I'm doing. You go like a big
Hey,
team.
at least we beat them in Hamilton. We'll always have that.
All right, Ryan, USA. But me I tell you, I don't know which team I will get. But just feel like say a spring a surprise, and it's going to happen in a one of them games. The USA or the Jamaica. One of them team there. Out of the match there, 2 games left. The Canada, one surprise that will come. I don't know where to come from, but I just feel like a surprise that go there. In a one out of them 2 games there. The Jamaica game or the United States game. Ryan, talk to me. Every time United States beat you, what can you do different to beat them in this quarterfinal?
Well, at least Greg Berhalter's making some of the calls to BJ Callahan saying start this guy instead of somebody else. When we beat them, Berhalter was the manager, and Berhalter's coming back. So, hey, Herdman had Berhalter's number, so hopefully maybe Berhalter making some of those
come back in the quarterfinal.
No, what I'm saying is Berhalter's behind the scenes making some of the calls to Callahan saying, hey, start Roldan, start Ferreira, so on and so forth. At least that's the thought process of a lot of people. And well, we've seen what Herdman's done to Berhalter's tactics, so I'm sure Berhalter's feeding something. So point is it's still Callahan, but there's some puppet mastering going on there that gives me a little bit of hope. Because even though the USA, they played well throughout this tournament, they've got 2 6-0 straight. Canada's not going to lose like that. They're going to fight. It may be 3-1, it may be 2-1, but they're not losing 6-0. It's going to look a lot more competitive. But for Canada to do better and beat the USA, I think they got to stay tough defensively.
Hey, people,
Oh,
it's not a good feeling. You know why? I don't want my kids to see me crying on the internet, brother. Like, it was a horrible situation where my daughter answered, I said, Daddy, you were crying? Why are you crying for football, Daddy? You know, and it wasn't a good feeling. So I don't want my kids to see I'm crying on the internet. So I am not going to go over hype with this Jamaican game. But
you
sure,
should.
nah, brother,
Best squad in the tournament.
me a humble right now. Humble. Sure, curtain the boss. Ready for
Canada
it?
can't win. I hope Jamaica does. That's all I'm gonna say.
So I say, if I'm not Canada or Jamaica, you bring.
I'm happy.
All right, sir. All right, sir. So, but Ryan, put fun joke aside, right? The US beat you in the Nation League.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people, right? I know a lot of people in Canada disappointed.
Yes.
But you realize that USA have a B team and you have a B team.
Yes. That's why I'm not overhyping this game.
Okay, yeah, be militant. Yeah, be militant. Yeah, stick on the fence. Alright, let's take this call before. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show. Ryan, militant, weak, and faith. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Why, Ryan?
Yeah.
You can't help yourself, brother. You can't help yourself.
You do what?
You know that.
You do what?
You remember when you were there on Talawa TV and Talawa and Twan to come line up and Jamaica play US and how you nearly exploded there. You can't help yourself, brother. Don't bother with that. Don't bother talk about say you know this and that. You can't help yourself when you come out to Jamaica. That's in your blood, Ryan.
When the game kickstart, brother, I'm a head up, brother. Different thing, brother. Honestly.
Let me not do over. Let me tell you can't help yourself. You better go lock up yourself in our room and watch your match. That's it. Yo, if anything happened to Jamaica team, you're gonna drop them. You know, you're right.
Yeah.
I understand where I go through still, but me I go through the same thing when you come on to the team. But me kind of have like a hope you know still, you know.
You sure enough on Hope Road you go with that?
Nah, man, I know Hope Road business, brother. No Hope Road business, me I tell you that.
So, you're gonna beat up Guatemala.
How are you talk, so man? Let me tell you anything come dead, brother. But I tell you that my youth, anything come dead. Tell you that.
What are your predictions for the United States game?
United States are gonna beat Canada 2-1 still.
Okay.
Yeah, me just feel some more beat Canada 2-1.
What about Mexico?
Well, that's the game, you know. Because once a team start play with Mexico and start ball them at bay, them a better player are gonna just get nervous and then go to dash away. Cause you know what you expect from Mexico right now. I'm kind of glad, I'm kind of happy. It's kind of space for them in right now. Cause they give you a chance to bust their ass and hold them.
Them and USA lucky, you know, every time we beat the boy them, you know. The boy them get way, you know.
Don't worry, man, we'll catch them in the final. And we are never going to final still, you know.
Oh, US.
If Panama beat them.
And me and them all got the final, man, for hang them up, man.
Yeah, man, we are them all going to final, man. I tell you. We are them all going to final, man. But I tell you, so what are all CONCACAF set up this together, man? What are the team, either Mexico or USA happy in the final, man? So they set up Gold Cup all the while.
All the time. Me I say, yo, all the time them do this, brother. Why? Because they have money.
I try to tell them, I have money thing, man. I tell you. I say, go, man. Before that, they use all the referee and thief the game to make one of them reach final. Have to make one of them outside 2 seed country them reach final in the Gold Cup.
That's how we're going to knock out Mexico, man. And whole USA and mash them up and twist them up, man.
Yeah. Virgin, let me tell you something. Right now, how Jamaica improve. If we even drop out of this Gold Cup, yeah, me have a whole heap of time for Jamaica back. So let me see what I go on. So I say, we have Nation League come up and next year, whole heap of football I will play. Whole heap of football I will play next year, brother. And if the JFF the soak up this coach here with the team, brother. We are gonna reach the 2026 World Cup. Remember me tell you. Exciting days ahead for Jamaica football, but the JFF have to come good and support this team and support this coach here. You understand?
Yeah.
If we not get if them not are them my problem, brother. As we Billy say, the reason why we not qualify for the World Cup and the federation always mess it up, brother. And through election I come up and now they will try to do everything for national team because they want it. Why I not trust them after election, brother, and tell you. Trust them, man.
Listen,
and they will
more
find
than a coach have to win the Gold Cup. Hey, me I tell you something more I go come, brother. Me I go in a quick prick. You know, say, whenever on the year, whenever on the see, remember the other day, I said to him, say, why the coach always a write down question and always a write down thing? So anytime the coach win the Gold Cup, all of the money I talk about them a media, man. Watch, you're not going to see what I got.
So you're saying Hall Grimson's keeping receipts?
Something is coming in the air. Something is coming in the air. Just watch. Just watch. Something is coming. You see this thing when I write down all of the journalists and them name and them question and wanna just watch. Just watch. I got me in the next 12 months. Something is spooky coming. You see? Watch this. Win the man and win the Gold Cup, you know. And when you go see. I'm not going to tell you, you know. I want to walk up in the eye and see. But something spooky is coming. Believe me, people. I'm not going to tell you, I want to read between the line. Something is spooky is coming. Anyway, big up yourself, brother.
Yeah, man.
Alright, big up.
Cool.
Alright, so short curtain, boss. People, like up the video, no people, man. I want to go on with people. Stop ramping the thing, brother. Over 400 of you guys in the chat, people. Smash the like button, people. Like up the stream, people. Stop what you're doing right now. People, remember what me last night? I'm going because of the same issue. And show a curtain about give him thing on like up the stream, people. And subscribe to the channel, people. We are 1,200 subscribers away for make it 20,000. That's the goal. We're going for it. And we have 3 more games left in the Gold Cup. Jamaica have 3 more games in the Gold Cup. And come Sunday, we're going to eat up them food. Nothing for the hungry belly puppy. We're not leave over nothing. So, prepare on yourself, all of the people them. Prepare on yourself and thing. But you see the algorithms thing there, something is spooky is coming. Just watch. When I go see what I go on. Load up. Believe me. Anyway, short curtain boss. What do you think about the game?
Hot match. Hot match. Anderson, Ryan. Let's see if you guys can get back revenge for where them doing in the Nation League. I mean, I think about 4 or 5 on the top players not there, right? But I think majority of your guys who played in Nations League are there differently. From the 5 that are 4, I think who is not there, don't it? Right, Ryan?
Yeah.
What's his name? I know for sure. What's the guy named Davis not there, right?
Davies isn't there. Stockio isn't there. David, Laren,
Buchanan.
Yeah.
they're not
And
there.
Buchanan. Yeah.
Buchanan's not there. No.
Yeah, and I think USA bring a totally. I think only the keeper alone, right?
No, they got Matt Turner. That's one of the people who, and Sean Johnson.
saying-
Both their keepers are there.
I'm
But-
saying I think it's only Matt Turner and I think another person. I think if I'm being right, who is there from the Nations League. But listen to me. I highly doubt this is going to be a revengeful match for you guys because with USA getting 1 week of rest, with them fitness, what them done have already and all of that. Bro, I think it's going to be difficult for Canada even look for even try the revenge, especially with this 1 week break, this 1 week off. So I think it's going to be difficult for you guys. And I think it's Cavallini, you guys main striker now. He hasn't shown much. He hasn't shown me that he's that lethal. So I can see clearly why he's the backup to Larin. So I mean it's gonna be rough for you guys. I'm looking at a 3-1. You guys are gonna fight, but I'm looking at a 3-1. I'm looking at 3-1 for that match. USA 3-1.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. To be honest, I think USA, the group that they have, they've won some big score lines throughout this Gold Cup. I think this game will be closer. I think there's a 30% chance Canada could win. I'm not saying there's no chance, and there's more than the ball's round chance. They have about a 30% chance if everything goes to plan, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yes, I think our defense will be pretty good. I think our defense won't give much up. But again, once you have a player like Zendejas against them, Zendejas is a wonderful midfield wing player who knows how to get the ball in. I think he's got to show up at this Gold Cup. I think the USA, again, with Brandon Vasquez, he's going to show why he's on the roster and why Ricardo Pepi only started the games against the Islands. I think personally, when it comes down to it, Canada, they have a good defense, they have a good midfield, but they don't have enough forward play. And they probably won't start Jason Russell-Rowe. That's the bad part for me. We know Cavallini's going to do nothing of the sort. I would rather them start Jason Russell-Rowe. If you're behind the 8 ball anyway, I would rather want Canada to start Jason Russell-Rowe up top because I think he has a lot of talent, a lot of potential to be a good striker in his career. I think he was great with Crew 2. He's shown flashes with the Crew, the main Columbus Crew. I think Jason's a great player, and I think he's better than Cavallini. If you're Canada, I think you start him and maybe see some out of that, and who knows. But for me personally, I think it's going to be 3-1 USA. I think it's going to go – Canada's going to fight. They're going to have a fight, but I just don't think it's going to – it has to go perfectly, and I just don't think it will go perfectly for Canada on Sunday night. So United States win 3-1.
I don't think United States is going to score so much goal. I think it's going to be a much closer game. I think United States will win by 2-1, but I don't see them scoring 3 goals. I think US, this is going to be a really good test for them. They run into Jamaica and then find it difficult. But one of the issues that the Canadian national team have is if Canada just have a little bit more stronger power going forward, I think they could hurt this United States team.
Yeah,
right?
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
There's a 30% chance in my brain. I think they could find some. They did build some cohesion against Cuba, and maybe if they could keep building from that, maybe things could be different. And I think there's a possibility. I'm not writing Canada off. I'm still going to root for them. It's the last game of the round.
Right. More take it on loan. More take it on loan for come and support the Jamaican national team.
If Canada loses, I'll do it.
No, man. Me I talk about from now, brother, because you know you're going to lose a game there.
If there's 30% chance, it's not that we know.
Yeah, man. Me I take it on loan. I mean, I send some Ryan jersey, some Jamaican jersey, because I want you to come on there's a loan deal. I mean, I loan you for 12 months. Come on the Jamaican national team side. Deal?
I mean, I'm still, if it ends before Copa America, maybe I'll take it. Hey, how about I have a soft spot for Jamaica. I always have, but it's always been both. But I
Alright.
don't know if I'll throw Canada away like that.
Canada not scoring no good right now. But one of the thing, bro, the Canadian government don't give you guys money.
No,
Really?
no, they haven't done enough. They don't even know that the CSA is in flames. To be honest, it doesn't seem like it, at least.
Oh yeah, I said to me, say.
I mean, can't the CSA applied for that FIFA loan? I think that's what I heard last. So
Oh, them borrow a loan from FIFA.
yeah, that's what I heard. They applied for one.
It kind of strange to see a big country like Canada running out of cash.
It is, but I've always thought the CSA was carny, but I didn't think they'd be this cash strapped.
They do have a lot of sponsor.
Not enough, no. They're smaller companies if they are sponsors. Like there's not really any really big sponsors.
Wow. With so much top player in the team, Bayern Munich superstar, Lille superstar, Genk superstar. Wow, surprise. A Canada team that went to the World Cup going to be in our next World Cup strapped for cash. Wow, that kind of strange to me still. But anyway, yeah. But what do the president do?
Well, Bontis left, so it's interim president DeVos, Jason DeVos. It's just a lot of chaos, to be honest. The front office is just absolutely. There's of course rotation there. There's churn there. They don't have a full-on president. They don't have a full-on vice president right now. And of course, the CBA talks never got to finish. Like, it's just absolutely chaotic at the backroom level. It's absolutely chaotic.
So you guys, look, you said the World Cup you are playing in Canada, because you probably would even make all the World Cup with these off-the-field issue.
No, I mean, I think I think the players are overperforming with the off-the-field issues going on. But again, I think that's a testament to Herdman, at least his motivational skills. They're sort of keeping their nose on the grindstone, so to speak. They sort of block out the noise. They always have. I think that helps, but maybe it's sort of seeping in. But the players keep their nose on the grindstone, and they're talented enough. So I think in the end, they still would have made 26 had it not been all three U.S., Mexico, Canada, or they made Canada qualify. I think they still would have made it. But, yeah, and I think...
So tell me something. Do you guys still owe the players them?
Hold the player?
Yeah, the players them get paid?
The CBA deal they wanted on the men or women side hasn't been finished yet. That's still a problem. So they're paying the players, but the players aren't getting paid what they want. The equal pay that they want in that case.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go to the big team, Jamaica, right now. Jamaica versus Guadeloupe. What are your thoughts, Ryan?
Again, Jamaica, they're the best squad in the tournament. I think they got the best group, the best squad, the best manager in the tournament. I think Hal Grimson has put every foot right. I think the squad has gotten better every time they stepped on the field. They should have beat the U.S. 30 seconds. They shut off, and that's why they drew that game. They played well against Trinidad, a 4-1, and then they equaled what the U.S. did to St. Kitts. I think that Jamaica has a lot of wonderful players. Damari Gray is showing he's Premier League quality, and he should play for a team better than Everton because Damari Gray is having a wonderful run out with the Reggae Boyz. Deshaun Bernard is a wonderful revelation at center back. I think Deshaun Bernard has had such a good tournament. I didn't expect him to be as good as he was, but he's had a good tournament. I think that's a great thing to see. Then, of course, You have Damian Lowe playing well. You have Andre Blake doing what he does. Leon Bailey's putting the team on his back. He's showing his leadership. He's showing his fight. He's showing heart. It hasn't completely came off for him, but he showed leadership that the Jamaican fans have wanted him to show for a while now. I think he's starting to show that level of leadership and heart that they've wanted him to show. I think this has been his best showing in a while in a Jamaican jersey. Michael Antonio's holding up the ball well. I don't see any way Guatemala beats this Jamaica team. I respect Guatemala. They have a striker in Rubio Rubin, but they really don't have any forward play. They're a tough defensive side, a tough nut to crack. Hagen playing well in net, but Jamaica's just the better side. Jamaica's just the better side of these two teams. I see Jamaica winning 3-1. Rubio Rubin gets a consolation for Guatemala, but I think Michael Antonio will get one. I think Damari Gray will get one and assist Leon as well. 3-1 Jamaica.
You watch this Guatemala team more than most of these Jamaican people. What are their strengths and what are their weakness?
As I said, I think Guatemala is a very good defensive side. They are very well orchestrated, a very well organized side. Samaoya and Jose Pinto at the back, two good center backs. They got good wing backs. They have a good defensive midfield. They have a good goalkeeper. Their strength is their defense. Their strength is their organization.
But that didn't show in the last night game, though.
Against Canada, it did, though.
Hmm.
And that may also help because Canada doesn't have any forwards. But I think if Guatemala wasn't so well set, I think they would have scored. So, again, I'm going by the Cuba game and the Canada game, of course, last night. That was a one-off. But, again, Guadeloupe is a very fast team. I think what really hurt Guatemala there is Guadeloupe is a very fast team. They did give away a penalty. But Guadeloupe is a very fast attacking team, which Jamaica is as well. See, that's why I said 3-1, because Jamaica is a very fast attacking team. They could defend well, but they're very fast attacking. They know how to change the pace, and I don't think Guatemala has the pace to defend that. They're set up well, but if they lose the run, if they lose the man in behind, they're basically cooked, unless Hagen makes a save. That is exactly where I was going, is Jamaica has the speed to cook Guatemala. I think they are a very well-set defensive team, but I don't think they have the pace in the back or in midfield to save themselves enough to where it's a close game. Because I think Jamaica could send off Antonio, Bailey, Damari Gray. There's just way too much firepower, way too much pace. And when you get to the back against Guatemala and you have that pace, it's a wrap. I think pace is what beats Guatemala there. But again, they don't really have any forwards besides Rubio Rubin either. Their forward play isn't great. So it's if you're trying to break them down from a set piece sort of way or into the box when they have it filled, or they can easily sort of catch the pace or catch the players that aren't as fast, that's when things are better for them. But then you have the pace that Jamaica does and the firepower they do. I don't think Jamaica is a team where they could really safely just sit back. Like they sort of have to chase, and then once you tire them out, personally.
Is their fans can make a difference in this game?
Their fans definitely can make the difference. If they're playing in Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, they're playing in New York the other day.
Yeah, their fans made a difference in Houston, but yeah, Guatemala's fans, if there's enough Guatemalan fans, they could really make a difference. That's why that Canada game, I think, partially was a draw. I think the energy from their fans helped them push on to get that draw as well. So if Cincinnati has a lot of Guatemalan fans there could be some more energy that makes Guatemala a bit harder to break down. I think they feed off energy as well, those players.
Okay, fair enough. So, what do you think now? You talk about Guatemala, the strength and the weakness of this Guatemala team. You talk about them fans can make that impact. I'm going to show a curtain. I want you to get your thought, your chain of thought, what Jamaica need to do to get the better of this Guatemala team. Show a curtain, boss. What do you think about the game come Sunday?
Well, first and foremost, you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, first and foremost, let's say this. For this Gold Cup, I expected the least a semi-final run for the team. If the team is to drop out, I was expecting at the start at least a semi-final run, and I think it has actually played out in our hands right now to literally reach the semi-final. No, I don't see I don't see the reason that the Jamaica would have give right now at this point to not beat Guatemala. I mean the strike force will have the attacking power that we have going forward, and just the biggest one of the biggest thing that we have is that we get 1 week. We literally played Sunday in Ryan. That's 1 week of rest, 1 week literally, not really rest, but what that's 1 week off of not really playing. So that's supposed to give us, a little bit more momentum and a bit more time to rest the players to get ready for this match. This match is actually Sunday. This Guatemala team, I think the fans play an important role in how they go ahead with their game strategy. I think this team feeds off the fans' energy. But I think their strength, as Ryan said, is or they defend collectively. They try to defend collectively. But I think their defense is not good at one-on-one defending, and you could see that clearly with Fightan on the left side. I think he gave that right back a lot of problem. And we have good wingers who can literally take on players. So I think that's one of our strengths that we will have to use. Guatemala moved the ball well too. I think they moved the ball well, and even better with the fans behind them. I think they moved the ball even better with the fans behind them with a little bit more confidence. So I think we'll have to hit them on the counter fast and use the wingers to take them on and get the better of them. But I think I don't think they offer much going forward. I think Ruben is the danger man, but with him not getting a lot of support and with our height advantage, I think there's a lot of hope in this match for us to beat. I don't see us losing to this Guatemala team. There's just so much there for us right now to easily go to this. I think we get the easiest part so far of all the quarterfinal round to get to the semi-final. So with this 1 week rest, we have 1 week rest off, right? That's one. We have the height over Guatemala. We have the attacking force that can score, who has shown throughout this competition that we can score, right? The coach been talking about the team building as we progress. So I'm looking for an even better performance than we saw against Trinidad and St. Kitts, So with that being said, and the height advantage and all of that, I expect Jamaica to win this match. I don't see us losing. If this would be a big upset, this would be the biggest upset in this round if we were to lose to this Guatemala team. True to be told.
Fair enough. Right.
I see us beating them 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
3-1.
We have them ticket, We have them ticket differently from now, So
We have them ticket, but I don't want them. Sometimes football have a way where you have a team ticket, and them just banana skill, brother.
True. But Ryan, there's just so much positive that we have so much advantage that we have going into this game, especially with the fact that we have 1 week, bro. Come on, we have 1 week, bro. We played Sunday and on a Sunday again. We are gonna play, We have 1 week to try to work on our tactics to beat this team. We have 1 week for the players get them confidence and build from what we have been doing in the last 2 matches that we played, right? We have the height advantage. We have the strikers we have the strike force, the attacking force, who can just pop up and just do the work on any team that's in this round right now, Ryan. So this is the easiest part for us, I think, getting to the semi. We have the easiest part to get to the semi-final. The odds against us losing, brother, right now is very, very, very slim in my perspective. In my view, it's very, very slim. If we were to lose to this Guatemala team, despite them having the fans, it will be the biggest upset, I think, of the tournament. I swear to you, bro.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Ryan, what said you? What the Jamaican team need to do to get the better of this Guatemala team, and what they must not do to lose to this Guatemala team?
I think Jamaica need to use their one-on-one pace and their strength to push the ball forward and they're going to have the possession, I think, most of the possession. You need Damari Gray to use his pace and use his precision to get the ball into Michail Antonio. I think this is a game where if you get the ball to Michail Antonio, he will feast because he has the strength. If you could get the ball in behind and have him play the ball into a good position, he has pace as well, but he also has the strength to go against those center backs. If you get in between Samaoya and Pinto, I do believe that Michail Antonio could have a big game here. Leon Bailey could use his pace on the wing as well as Damari Gray and Bobby Reed going through that defense. Again, it has to be one-on-one brilliance with the pace. And I think Jamaica has that in a very big portion of their football. So again, using their pace, they should win this game. I think Andre Blake will be great in goal as he normally is defensively. Deshaun Bernard, I think I would trust him. To be honest, I trust him. He's had a good Gold Cup. I would keep trusting him at the back. Midfield-wise, I like what I see. But again, I would hope Dexter plays at outside back in this game. And also could use some pace there. But again, Jamaica just needs to keep their head. If they don't switch off like they did against the U.S., because again, Jamaica switched off against the U.S., they allowed a goal. They switched off against Trinidad, they allowed a goal there. Jamaica's problem here is switching off at the back or being comfortable when they have a lead. Because especially in that Trinidad game, they felt comfortable having that lead. Now, again, also the U.S. game, if they feel comfortable in the second half having a 2-0, 3-0 lead, that could come back to bite them. And if they don't wake up after the first one, it could come back to bite them even more. So again, Jamaica has to keep their eyes on the prize. They can't sleep. They can't forget what the point of this game is. They can't forget the overall meaning of this game. If they forget that for 30 seconds, they could get hit. Just like they did against Trinidad and the USA. It's happened before in this tournament. They have to keep their heads. That's basically what they have to do. If they lose their heads, this could go a little bit off the rails. But again, if they use their pace, if they use their strength and use their height advantage, I think they have a lot of the tail of the tape that falls to them. So,
fair enough. Well, see a lot of people down in the comment section saying that I am coward, all of these things. Coward man live long, and I want to keep my heart. All right, but I want to big up all the people that who join the show and thing. It has been amazing. You guys come together, but you have anything more you want to add? Sure, Current the boss.
Yeah, I think you said the people that I really look on the comments them, but they will throw you attack, so the people that might beat you say you're afraid of the comment. I wouldn't say based on how you speak, I wouldn't say you're afraid, but you just don't want Jamaica to go in this game being too complacent and too overconfident. And then when the crowd get to them, then lose focus and start foolishness. So I kind of understand where you're coming from. You just don't want the team going too overconfident and then lose it when the fans get to them, and then Guatemala start to use that advantage to move around the ball.
Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good night, Ryan. Good night to your panel.
Good night.
Yeah, I think Jamaica has to do. Go ahead. I think Jamaica needs to do a couple of things. We need to be on the front foot from the onset. Keep the crowd out of the game. Don't make it a hostile atmosphere because you know the Guatemala is going to have the supporters and they're going to try to outnumber the Jamaicans and make a lot of noise. So they need to hold possession, move the ball around, and play tic-tac football basically and try to penetrate them and break them down. Because if you make the Guatemalans get on top, it's going to be very challenging for Jamaica. Because the crowd is going to get into the game, as you say, Ryan, they're like a 12-man. And I think that Jamaica needs to control the game. Play smart football. That's very crucial. Control the game. Once you can control the game, you have a great chance of winning the game.
That's the X factor for this team. Believe you me, all the people that me have been experienced all Liverpool get into team. Like, right. You get these fans involved, you will be cooking. Believe me. Right?
Just like that Arsenal draw.
Yes, you get this team going, you get them get a little bit of confidence. You see it. I watched them the 45 minutes yesterday. I know a lot of people say Guadeloupe give it the game, but when you see a team that coming back and their fans behind them, it can be a tricky game. But I think Jamaica have everything in them to defeat them. But I still have to say, but this team is not a pushover where you people are talking about 4 and 5 and 6 and don't do that, people. Let's respect our opponent and stuff.
I think so. I think if Jamaica gets on top and the Guatemalans start to press and try to get back a goal, the defense can become leaky and Jamaica can counterattack and score more goals. So if Jamaica plays smart from the onset, they have a high % chance of winning the game.
So when you think about, because Guatemala is a team where when they come up against a team like Jamaica that's very physical, they like to play on the referee cycle, you know. I think this referee have to depend on him A game, you know, because least it could blow up on them, man, a problem.
Well, Ryan, you have to know your opponent. You have to know your opponent. Any game you play, any sport you play, you have to know your opponent first and foremost. I don't like when people start talking about referees because you end up playing against 13 persons. The crowd, the referee, and the 11 on the opposite side. So I don't like to talk about referees, you know, because they're being scrutinized from the employers and they have to referee them in a fair manner. Okay? Yes, they may get bad call once in a while, whatever it is, but they're also being scrutinized too. So let's be positive and let Jamaica come and play our football. Don't start shaky and basically command the game, control the game. Once you control the game, as I said, you have a good chance of winning.
Okay, Carla. Big up yourself, Carla. Enough respect.
You take care.
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, in a short space of time, I get 10 missed call, you know, bro. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show. Carla.
Ryan.
Yes, Carla. Good evening.
Good night, boss.
How are you?
Ryan.
Yes,
if
sir.
Jamaica lose this match, we start smoke rum and drink cigarette.
Carla.
If Jamaica lose this match, we start smoke rum and drink cigarette. Ryan, this coach could have gone into the Azteca Stadium and draw with Mexico. I'm afraid about this team what we are playing now. I'm tear Ryan, man. And we are nail them this coming weekend, man. Mr. Jamaica lose this match, we start smoke rum and drink cigarette. All right, Ryan. Good night, my boss. Big up.
All right, sir.
I am on the panel.
Yeah, man. Bye. Jamaica, Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica. People, wanna know the thing though, nothing nice like when we bingo. You get the message, people. People smash the like button on the way out. I don't know if Short Curtain boss want to add anything or Ryan want to add anything. But let's take this car. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show.
One thing I tell you, me under bed, come out.
Jesus Christ. Alright. Now come out from underneath the bed. I'm coming out from underneath the bed, Carla. Don't worry.
Yeah, man. For you to me call you must know, you know, brother. Because me not normally call you, know, brother. But, brother, no shakiness, brother.
No, but so where the shakiness come from? Where nobody on this the show shaky?
No, man, Ryan shaky, man. From morning, from yesterday, Ryan shaky.
Oh, Ryan from Canada.
Ryan from Canada, man.
Oh, Ryan, and
Yeah,
okay.
Ryan LFC. Ryan LFC.
I want to go on. People.
AKA Rima, man.
It's just objective, Bridget. Object and, you know, I don't want, listen, listen. I know exactly what I do now. I don't want the people them come and beat up the player them after that game, you know. I am just telling people them say, yo, listen, man.
Listen, no beat up.
Listen, man. Me I try to control the people them feelings. Cause I tell you this, you know, brother. You probably don't see it, you know, but I see it coming, you know, brother. Where if we ever go lose a game, oh, the best talent, the coach for out, the coach for that, the coach that, and rare. I try not to make the fans them go down in a rat hole way. They disrespect the opponents and them do all kind of thing, and then the man them end up beat with. Some of the man them under them bed and can't come from underneath them bed.
The thing is, you know, me not really blame no coach nor no player, you know. I don't want the fans then do that neither, cause brother, the process young. You understand? And it's a good look to where we are going with right now and to the vibes when I camp and everything, brother. So I just share positiveness so I see. You understand? We not lose, brother. We have to just keep and deal with it. No matter not just yes, so we are look fine, brother. We here at 2026. We build. Look where we are now. To where we're heading to. That's what we look at.
Okay.
You see what I say? Fair. So the people, them nothing but say, yo, if they lose, beat this man or beat that man, then no bother with that.
Brother, this Jamaican team, Carla, you can't say that, because when game done are emotional, you know, and then tomorrow morning, when we relax, we think I say, yo, John, we start, you know, should we
Yo, we are Jamaican and we know that. We are Jamaican, but some people have to just get the sponge from now and sap up my water if you sap up and get some liquor. If you feel enjoy yourself and party, happiness. We don't do with stress. You understand me? I say, brother, bill we a bill.
Alright,
bill we a bill, brother. Billing process with the pan, brother. Big up yourself. Right, let's see.
Yeah, man. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show. New to the show, Carla. Carla, good evening.
Yeah, man.
First time to the show?
Hear me? I always watch the show. I always watch the show, brother. Always. So, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, man. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. Respect. No, I always watch it. I always watch a video, but I never really call in, you know. So what may I say right now with the Jamaican team is that. So, sorry about that. We get a bad background. All right, here we go now. So, with the Jamaican team now, what we have really set up, we have a real organized team, a great coach. There's no way we're gonna lose. I'm telling you that. It's gonna be a 2-0 affair. We need to just be tight at the back like we normally do, and the goal will come. We don't need to we need to press, yes, but we really need to calm down and just play a professional game. You know, just respect the opponent. Don't expect anything, and we should be fine.
Okay.
Because like I said, Bailey, I watch Bailey from my 16. Bailey is going into the competition. I see Bailey he's just improving more and more. Damari Gray, as usual, he's a top player. I'm surprised that England didn't snap him up because Damari Gray dribbling ability is second to none, and he's just a world class player. So we got that two wing right there. It's just the chemistry that we're having right now in the Jamaican team, attacking wise. I think we have the best attacking team in the competition. Our midfield, we still kind of lackadaisical in our midfield because we don't really control the possession of games when it comes to better teams. We really don't control possession. We don't have a strong boy like remember who used to captain a team like 4 or 5 years ago?
Oh.
When name again, man, the defensive
Where's
yeah, man, he used to play a really good man.
Where's Morgan?
I remember him.
No, man, the matter Rudolph.
Austin?
Yes, Rudolph. Yeah, man. Remember he used to control the midfield for it?
Yeah.
Austin used to really attack and bulldoze him way through midfield and set up another brother.
Mm.
So we don't really have I could say that's the only thing I see weak with Jamaica is our midfield. We don't control games through the midfield. We kind of don't even run into space. Like when we have the ball in midfield, we don't make those diagonal runs where we could control. Everybody just stand up and wait for somebody to make a play. So when Bailey have the ball now, with his attack in mind, Bailey run into space and create an angle for all the other players. So Bailey is actually setting up everybody. He's not looking to go out, shoot at goal like the Bailey that we know that always attack and try to do everything himself. Bailey now, he's calmed down, he's more mature. And that's what's making the Jamaica team better because he's not pushing himself no more. Because when Bailey did young, we used to watch Bailey, and Bailey would have do too much. And they put too much pressure upon himself. But now that he has a team, he has a like Antonio with all the experience that he has. Learn from Antonio. He has another wing player as in Damari Gray. Then we have some young guys coming up that I see that they're very, very good. So I know that Jamaica are gonna win this game. I'm not even worried about that. I know that Jamaica are gonna win. I'm very confident Jamaica are gonna win. However, this is the only thing I could say. Watching Guatemala fans, they were very aggressive. When Guanteloupe scored, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. When they scored, the fans were throwing Baco off of the plate them on the field. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the coach talk to them, have a meeting about that because their fans are gonna throw bottles and hit our players. And we just have to. We know Jamaican people already. Nobody know Jamaica now gonna set no shit from nobody, none. So you know, so we are gonna reel up. And even if we know, so we're not reel up. We know we are gonna reel up, but we can't make it get to it. But that's the only thing that's worrying me is when the crowd get aggressive on the Jamaican players.
Hey, I could have the whole stadium upon Jamaica war them back. That me I tell you.
I know that's what I said. The man will jump in at the stand. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But we have a world-class coach. I mean, look how many coaches we use from Jamaica. Whitmore, Paul Hall, what's the one the Liverpool, John Barnes, the Liverpool legend. We had a lot of decent coaches, but I don't know if it's a black or white man thing because when we have a white coach or a coach that's overseas, we tend to listen more and be more organized. Look at Rene Simons when he was manager of the team, how we were so composed at the back. Our defense took us to the World Cup in 1998. We were beating everybody 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. You would think like it's a 1-0 thing. With Andy Williams, all them games, Goodison 1-0. I remember all those games when we used to only win 1-0 and be very tight at the back. We were beating real good teams 1-0. And it made us got to the World Cup. So we haven't had that organization since 1998 when it comes to defense. I could say that. Our defense with Rene Simons was outstanding. And Rene Simons will always be, I mean, he's supposed to be an icon. He should have him statue or a picture of him in the national stadium. I'm not lie. And I don't even see that. Because Rene Simons bring Jamaica to the World Cup in 1998. It was one of the... I remember when everybody there beat Pan, Pat and Pan. I don't know if you remember that. When you got half a tree and Pat and Pan, you live Pan Line Road and you can hear Pat and Pan a beat when Jamaica make World Cup. And one of the next thing with the Jamaican people is win or lose, we're supposed to always support the team. No matter what. Done with the bad mind thing, because right now it stopped Jamaican from doing what we're supposed to. We have too much bad mind thing I go and see him in the system. Everybody knows that the coach there from Phoenix is a really good coach. He bring these kids from the ghetto, from nothing, and work on them and work on them and work on them, and yet does JFF always turn a blind eye to them players there. But with Bailey in the setup, and Bailey must talk to the management and get Dejan Richards to come in. And I'm so happy that for the first time we have a young kid to nurture. Because England do it all the time. All the countries them around the world always have one young player on the team, 16, 17 years old, and then bring them in and then put them in the game to give them the exposure. And them turn into star. Look what England do. England do it all the time. England always put bring in one young player. And the man just, the only player me see England, a young player that they bring in and he really never really performed like me want to do was Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott and Ricardo Fuller used to play for Southampton together. And the boy used to have pace, control dribbling. He used to be really good, but when he got Arsenal, I don't know what team, just get injury, and for me, he never reach him full potential. But Jamaica, we have so much good young talent, and them end up get shoot and kill because you never get the opportunity. So I'm hoping that Jamaica finally wake up when we have a good coach, we have a good system in place. I hope Jamaica really wake up and say, yo, let's use our talent. Look, we have the fastest running of the world. We always have the fastest running of the world. We're supposed to be a counter-attacking team, a devastating team on the counter-attack. They must fade away because we're too fast. And this team here, Guatemala team is short. They're very short, but them silky. If you don't stop them 1-2 pass dribbling, then we'll go right through it.
True.
We'll go right through it. And another thing I would love the coach to work on is set pieces. We have the height. We need to work on some really good set pieces to beat this team. Because that's what's going to make us win this coming Sunday. I think set pieces should be what we'll be studying throughout this competition against this team that doesn't have the height.
I agree. All right, Carla. Big up yourself, Carla. Enough respect.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Yep. So, people, you hear the Carla say, when the fans throw back at us, we have to be humble and take it on our chin. People, Damian Lowe, hold your composure, my brother. Hold your composure. Don't react. That's what they want. To throw you off a game. And the players them, you have to know the opponents. When you can't, the players them are jump and go on and we continue doing the same madness. We have to be careful. Alright? Really have to be careful. So people, I have a caller I've been calling, so try to get this call up on the phone. Tennessee, big up yourself. Rob Smith, big up yourself, Bridget. Enough love and respect. Jimmy Grant, big up yourself. Enough love and respect. Bell, big up yourself. Enough respect. Salute. Enough respect, big brother. Alright, this caller still on that bed. Anyway, people, I have to run leave one in people. I don't know if you now watch my body language for the show. I'm tired. Traveling and work and went to the gym, make it more evil. Like, just I try to recover to get back my body into going to bed early back and things. So, just I come from Jamaica and the smoke. Still feel like the eating of my body said me. I'm doing a Jamaica people. So, I go run down my bed and know one thing. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. It's a good one, Ryan. And they said, don't go under the bed. Come from underneath the bed. But let's take this last call, people. Have to take this one. Teddy Lee Gray, where you been from there, bro? Where you been? Haven't seen you for like...
Yo!
What's up, bro?
We're there, man. Work halfway, no?
Work halfway. That's a good thing, bro. That's a good thing.
Sure, man. All right, so I'm going to listen to the conversation from the other day, and we kind of sit, people maybe I said I mess up the program, but I think we set a low expectation for the coach.
Mm-hmm.
But those curious based on how some people are reason.
Yeah.
It's like, I must say, all right, I don't know. I think this coach got one of the best team ever, and people love compare. People have said this are the best coach. As we say, I'm kind of new.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe we're supposed to set up the coach early. Worst case scenario for kind of go, maybe a lose against Guatemala, the same people might turn upon him. So I think we kind of need to be careful. I believe we'll beat Guatemala. We have a good history against Guatemala over the years in a Gold Cup. So I believe El Salvador is stronger than Guatemala, and we always beat those teams, But the coach is doing a great job so far. And yes, over Tapa is better than Tapa, truth be told. Because Tapa, they have Kevin Lambert, and for some reasons, Lambert never did perform, So we have to kind of look, say, a coach issue. Or maybe Lambert have a Latibo here beside him now, so maybe he might perform. I don't know, but it's either the coach better or Lambert step up in game or him have a good player beside him. But I believe going to the next match, I believe the double pivot with Lambert and Latibody can work. But I believe Janso need to be in front of them. I have a front three with the Antonio, the Bailey, and the Margaret. I believe that you rate that front three. I have find a space for Mr. Bobby Reed.
Go again. Why your front three?
Yeah, Demar Gray, Leon Bailey, and Antonio up front. Them three there. But I say we need to at least have the midfield, the double pivot we need a ball carrier. So therefore Daniel Johnson don't start for me. Yes, I can say Bobby Reed can play that role, the number 10, or /8, but I believe Daniel Johnson, the last game we have, I believe he deserve a start. I don't know what you believe about that.
I would start Daniel Johnson. I bring Daniel Johnson because they say Bobby Reed, he probably not show to the fans that he's doing a lot going forward. I can be pissed off sometimes with Bobby Reed, but you see what he did in defensive, come back in the midfield and help. A lot of people don't really see that side of Bobby Reed, but he worked very hard. And I think that take away a little bit from Bobby Reed play. I would love to see Bobby Reed as the number 10, close to Mikel Antonio, Bailey in the right position and Gray in the right position. Because what Bobby Reed will do, he will get more closer to Mikel Antonio. Can score, can kick the ball, can send the through pass him. I would love to see Bobby Reed in a more attacking number 10 where he might have to do a whole heap pressing and all of them things. But he did not play in the last game. The coach realized that Bobby Reed is very important. Although we are saying now well, but the coach, that's why the coach get the big bucks to coach the team. I'm not saying we don't know the football, but I think Bobby Reed is very important to this coach team. Lambert, if you look at the players that the coach rests, Lambert, Bobby Reed, they are very important to the coach system. And if you realize the coach not going to drop Latibody here unless something happened to him, Lambert, that they are not the players we want, but the coach sees something in them where we not seeing. You get me? I say, yeah. You
realize the coach love use the 2 CDM from Iceland. From him love the 2 CDM. But we need a ball carrier. We need somebody who can, carry the ball. We don't know Ravel Morrison not there, and him not tackle a lot, but a person like a Ravel Morris who can at least go pick up the ball and bring it. You know, see that from Latibody here and Kevin Lambert. So we know them got good tacklers and them do them job, but we need a ball carrier. But I think that can be fixed in the future. So my last point, I believe people supposed to celebrate when every Jamaican score. I kind of realize it's like if everybody know me rate Bailey and but I can't realize if a them alone score is like a them alone. I don't understand that. If Gray score, I'm supposed to celebrate. If anybody score, I'm supposed to celebrate. So I understand some people just 4-goal score and it's like a 2-goal alone score. I don't understand from all people are reason. Everybody know I'm biased towards Jamaican talent, but if everybody score, celebrate. Bobby Reed, Demar Gray, celebrate the people I'm going to, not just one set. And some other people from maybe overseas tend to celebrate one set. You know what I mean? They will surprise a lot of people. Even the same Blake who used to beat every minute, you see everybody has step up to the plate. So Kevin Lambert will cuss like I don't know that you would decide to play for Jamaica. Because I think in 2021 when they bring him to a tournament in Europe.
Yeah,
and I think Japan.
Serbia.
When Japan did give it,
Japan game.
Serbia, one of them, Yeah, remember all them deal with him. I wonder how him, how him never break down as a player. But the players them strong mentally. Some of them maybe take it up on them head, but them no say today we are gonna beat them. Tomorrow beat them at them are the biggest thing. So hope some of them will watch a program and listen to the program. Not take things personal. Some of us out Jamaica, we are Costa like tomorrow you do something. We see him and you go big up there. Yeah, man. So big up Ryan. Mr. say you want to sleep and them thing there here. So big up here.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man.
And big up the panel. Yeah, man.
People,
Bless
I have Ryan in this show. Link, people. That's the link pinned down in the comment section. People, as we normally do when somebody join the show, we have a channel, we like to, give them the support. So I'm asking my beautiful people to just tap on that link. Go over there, subscribe to Ryan Henderson, one of the best in CONCACAF, believe it or not, people. Every team you can ask him about, and him give you an in-depth analysis on it. So people, go over there and subscribe to Ryan Henderson, very important. But people have the last caller for the night, really want to start to sleep at 8:35. So, I beg on the people, we need to get back in the group because, go to Jamaica, it kind of throw off my routine. So, I try go back to the gym, get everything organized. By a week, everything will settle in and thing. But people, subscribe to him channel, Ryan Henderson, and thing. Tennessee, good evening. Welcome to the show. Last caller for the night.
Where are you with Ryan?
Me there, in a brother. They are going to take it easy.
Big up.
Come on, but what may I say, see? Why you scared of Guatemala? So? Because when me see in a World Cup, Guatemala, Jagan, Cuba, Trinidad beat Guatemala before the Gold Cup start. So, me not say Guatemala is not a good little team, Ryan, but me I watch it was like Gold Cup match there. And me not say, because even yesterday match, me don't know how Guadeloupe lose the match against Guatemala. Because even when Guadeloupe scored the second goal, Guadeloupe get about 2 more clear chances on the way they could have. So me not say, where you see from Guatemala, I must see crowd you afraid. I don't know why you afraid of crowd. Because Jamaica got Mexico and play Mexico in a crowd. Then go El Salvador, then go Guatemala and beat them same way in front of them crowd. So me don't know why you afraid of the crowd. Because this a match, what we see right now. If Jamaica lose the match Sunday against Guatemala, boy, me I tell you something really, really wrong. And because me not see Guatemala beat Jamaica, I let something seriously happen in match for me to Guatemala beat Jamaica. Because say forward to play for Guatemala with him, I think a Mendes link. So they want to play for Jamaica.
Oh.
But they can't make a Jamaica side. So, but me don't know why you see from Guatemala, why you scared of Guatemala.
I'm not scared.
Me not say Guatemala.
Tell us I'm scared.
I'm not scared. It's going to be a good match, It's going to be a good match, but me not see Guatemala beat Jamaica. Something miracle. Hey, man, them beat Guadeloupe. If you say man, they celebrate like a World Cup, they win, brother. You understand? So, me don't know. If I run, anything can win anything, but if we are playing against Brazil, we can say ball run, but we know Brazil can beat it. But me not say Jamaica or Brazil, but what me I say? Me not say nothing from Guatemala. We say Guatemala. One thing Guatemala is that it's a very defensive team. and then team set up fit for defense, and then score many goals. You understand? Me don't know how Guadeloupe get nervous and make him man score so much goal for them yesterday. If you realize what you say Guatemala 3 goals over they score in a group stage. And yesterday they score all three goals. Guatemala never score a goal until yesterday. Because they draw against Cuba and then draw against Canada. You understand? So, me not say if they might beat Jamaica, they might go come out and score a bag of goal. I mean, not say that. You understand? And as far as me say, they played at Jamaica, bad. So, me don't know still, but maybe you scared of them because I crowd. But I think I must be crowd. I show you are.
No, sir.
You understand?
No, sir, brother.
I think I the crowd. I show you are, but. It's going to be a good match still, but me feel that Jamaica will beat them. Me confident that Jamaica will beat them.
I'm confident too.
We can't do much stuff, but we don't see what Guatemala do, that's them going to beat me Sunday.
Okay. Let's see. And that's how we play the game. You know?
Lightly. You understand?
Let's see, because that's how we play the game. You know? Let's see. That's how we play the game. You know? So let's see.
Me not see them stop Jamaica in a 90 minutes out of football France can score. Unless Michael has put them call along every man football card. But big up yourself, me there go at least.
Alright, big up yourself, Tennessee. No love and respect.
Yeah.
People, 400 and come on, people. Let's get the video at least 300 likes, people. Come on, people. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. People, it's come to the end of the show, but I'm going to give Ryan, last saying Ryan, before we run off, because Monday I'm going to bed exactly 9:35, brother. Get some sleep, brother.
It was nice to be on here. It was good to be able to run through each of the quarterfinals here. Had fun with it. And yes, I still think Jamaica is the best team, best squad in this tournament right now. And yes, whoever said Michail Antonio is going to score on Sunday, I would agree with you. So can't wait to see how these games turn out. We'll have some fun with them, and let's see how the rest of this tournament turns out. Good luck to the Reggae Boyz, and hopefully Canada can meet them in the final instead of the U.S.
Listen,
hopefully.
Just send me an email. Just send me your address. I'm going to ship 2 Reggae Boyz jersey for you, and we'll take you on loan. All right? We'll take you on loan 12 months for come and support the Reggae Boyz. All right?
We'll see.
All right, big up yourself, man. No love and respect. Danny Jed, big up yourself. Danny Jed, you are coming late now the show, brother. Big up on yourself, people. I took off, people. I hold some sleep, people. On the way out, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to Ryan and this show on YouTube. We'll be back, people. Until next time, for your boy Ryan LFC, we like to say peace out. Thank you for watching. I'm out.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.